Hello and welcome to episode 4 of my Accumulate series. This episode comes free with my Movember tash, which I'm sure you're enjoying. I'm actually liking it. It's growing on me, literally. Anyway, if you've watched the first 3 Accumulates, you'll know that I've been taking on different things and people to try and find out the best way to win football accumulators. First episode, I took on and beat a dice. Second episode, I went up against Copper 90's Tom Deacon. I also beat him. Now, last episode, I took on a simulation of FIFA 14, and I can reveal to you now that I lost my first defeat. 7 games we predicted, I got 2 results correct, FIFA got 3 correct, so I have been beaten, but I'm hoping to go back to winning ways today when I take on my next opponent, which is my girlfriend. Now, if you've watched the original accumulator test we did, it was me versus Alex, my girlfriend, versus FIFA 14, and Alex actually won, so she's got to be the favourite, considering FIFA's already beaten me last week. She knows nothing about football, and again, this is another opportunity for us to find out if knowing about football helps you win accumulators. So, let's crack on with it. Here's my guesses, and here's Alex's guesses for this weekend's Premier League games.
Hi guys, I'm Alex. These are my predictions for this weekend's games. I'm not very good, so if I get them wrong, you cannot blame me. Everton v Liverpool. I'm going to go for Liverpool, just because I know celebrities from there, for example Colleen Rooney, so I read about her in the Daily Mail, so I'm going to support her husband. I have heard of Liverpool more, so I'm going to go for Liverpool for the win.
Both teams near the top of the table. Obviously, it's a massive Merseyside derby. I'm going to go with a draw. I think even though Suarez and Sturridge are on superb form, Everton are looking pretty decent as well, particularly when it comes to not conceding goals. So Merseyside derby for me, draw.
Stoke City versus Sunderland. Again, I don't know much about these clubs. If I had to make a guess who was going to win, I would say Stoke. Going for Stoke because Sunderland. I don't really like the accent that comes from there. To be fair, I don't know the accent that comes from Stoke, but I know that I don't like the Sunderland accent.
Stoke City versus Sunderland. Now, Sunderland have turned things around a little bit so far under Gus Poyet. Obviously, they beat Manchester City in their last league game, which was a tremendous upset. Now they're away against Stoke, who've always been good at home. I'm going to go for a Stoke home win.
Newcastle Norwich. Double N? Coincidence? Newcastle Norwich. It's going to be a draw because it just makes sense because they're both ends.
Newcastle versus Norwich City. Now, Norwich smashed my team, West Ham, in the last Premier League round of fixtures. Newcastle have picked up form recently as well. And of course, they've recently beaten Chelsea and Tottenham. So, at home, I'm definitely going Newcastle to beat Norwich.
Hull City versus Crystal Palace. And for this one, I'm going to go for Crystal Palace for the win. Because Selhurst, which I know is the ground for Crystal Palace, is very close to where my home is, my parents' house. Therefore, I think I should support them rather than Hull, where I've never been before in my life.
Most people would have tipped both these teams to do quite poorly this year. Hull doing a lot better than Crystal Palace are. I can't see past Hull at home. Home victory is always a good shout. So again, I'm going for another home win to Hull.
Fulham versus Swansea City. Again, I feel like I should support Fulham or say that they're going to win simply because they are a West London team. We live in South West London. Swansea, never been there. And for that reason, I'm going to say Fulham are going to be stronger and take the win.
Fulham versus Swansea City. Now, Fulham are struggling. They've just brought in Rene Mullenstein as the official head coach at Fulham. Does that mean Martin Jol's days are numbered, or does it mean he's got a really good helping hand in Mullenstein as well now? I don't know. Time will tell. Swansea are definitely underperforming this year. Hopefully they can pick up some points going forward because I predicted them to do quite well in the Premier League, and I'm going to go with that prediction, and I'm going to say Swansea to win away at Fulham.
Arsenal versus Southampton. I like Southampton, but for this one, I'm going to go for a draw.
2 of the best performing teams in the league so far. Southampton, a surprise package, and some of their players are going to be on great form. Obviously, the England call-ups with Lallana, Rodriguez, Ricky Lambert. Arsenal have been doing very well, but their last league game they lost to Manchester United. Will that deflate them? Will this start the descent of their form? Or are they going to come back, bounce back and do well? I can't choose between the two teams. Such is the quality of Southampton this year. I'm going to say draw.
West Ham, Chelsea. East London versus West London. Me and Spencer support West Ham. However, I would say Chelsea. Simply because I'd rather shop in Chelsea than West Ham. Because to be honest, West Ham is a bit of a dump. And have you ever been to the King's Road? It's lovely.
Unfortunately, I'm going to have to go against my team here. I think Mourinho needs to bounce back after a few dodgy results. And West Ham aren't looking very good at the moment. We still don't have a striker. So I'm going Chelsea to win away.
The last one is Manchester City versus Tottenham. And for this final game on Sunday, my answer is going to be a draw. And the reason for this is because I haven't chosen many games to draw. So I just think I would like it to be a third draw. 3 draws, please. Those are my choices. I really hope I win. I did win last time. So I must have some sort of good reasoning in my ridiculous answers.
Two hotly tipped teams, both spent a lot of money in the summer. Both perhaps dropped more points than expected in recent games. But Man City are next to unbeatable at home. So I'm going to have to say Man City to beat Tottenham.
So if you want to see more of this face with Spencer's face together, we have our own YouTube channel. Go over to youtube.com/Spen and Alex. The link's in the description below. Go over there, see if you like it, and if you do, please subscribe.
So there you have it. They are mine and Alex's predictions. Next thing to do is put them into an accumulator, put the bet on, £1 on each, and find out what our odds are. Okay, so as you can see, the bets have been placed and my accumulator is coming in at 493 to 1. Now, to put that into perspective, the accumulator I won on the first episode was 8 results and that was 280 to 1. So in a way, this is considered to have half the chance of coming in because the odds are twice as good as the accumulator I won. So 493 pounds off of £1 I'll be very happy with. But let's take a look at the odds Alex's accumulator is getting. Now this is off the same 8 games, but amazingly Alex's accumulator is coming in at 5,879 to 1. So it's almost £6,000 off a £1 bet if that comes in. I'd be happy to lose to Alex if that accumulator comes in because I put the bet on and I'll be taking home the money. However, the fact that her odds are so much higher than mine shows that the bookies think it's a lot less likely to come in. But time will tell. We've seen before Alex has won in the past, so she could win again. Find out on the next episode of Accumulate who gets the most results right, and if either of us actually win our accumulator in total. And of course, as usual, leave your comments below, letting me know what you think of our guesses, your suggestions for what the results might be this weekend, and what you want to see in future Accumulate episodes. Who do you want me to take on? Who do you want me to try and beat? I've been Spencer, this has been Accumulator, I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.